In the locker room with Benjamin Adegbuyi as he gets ready to take on Anderson Silva. We came back a little bit earlier. You seem pretty calm, cool, and collected. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm feeling good. I know what I'm capable of. My training was awesome. The training camp was good, so this is why we train for, no? To rock and roll.
That's right. Do you have any predictions on how the fight may end tonight?
Yeah, I don't know. I never predict things, you know. I'm not Mystic Mac, but you know, every fighter wants to finish quick. So if the knockout comes, it's bad for me. So, but I'm prepared also for 3 rounds. So, all in.
Either way, you'll be happy, and we know it's going to be very exciting. Good luck tonight.
Thank you very much.
Kill or be killed is the fighting style of Anderson Silva as he takes on Benjamin Adegbuyi tonight. He told me earlier that he expects Benjamin to come at him like a bull in a china shop. What is your game plan tonight?
My game plan always, every fight I will do the same. I try to knock him out very fast. I try to finish the fight before the last round.
Finish the fight before the last round. Do you know what round?
Maybe the second round.
Second round. Well, we know it's going to be very exciting. Can't wait. Good luck tonight.
All right, so it's the #1 contender in the heavyweight division, Benjamin Adegbuyi, looking for another highlight reel knockout against the Brazilian Anderson Silva. It's our main event coming up next here from Chicago. What was the knockout of 2016, you ask? I'm glad you did, because you're about to see it right now. It came from Glory 30, Los Angeles.
And finally, at #1, Marat Grigorian shows the crowd at Glory 30 Los Angeles what it looks like when a fighter is unconscious before they hit the floor, with one of the most brutal head kicks you'll ever see.
High guard, but he may push the jab through. Oh, wow! Mamma mia! Right head kick, knockout. Marat Grigorian just put Jime in airplane mode.
It's a classic kickboxing move, executed perfectly by one of the rising stars of the lightweight division.
This next big man is not shy about stepping in against the sports elite like Bonyaski, Saki, Gita, Verhoeven. He makes his 14th Glory appearance tonight in Chicago. Here comes Anderson Silva.
Joe, the Brazilian, has been through wars. He's fought the best of the best all around the world in the kickboxing community. What does he need to do to pull off the shocking win tonight? Because let's be honest, he's a huge underdog.
Yeah, he's fought everyone, and that has to give him a lot of confidence, but he had mixed results, and he's had 13 Glory fights, but he needs to find consistency, and that's the biggest thing for Anderson Silva. And how he does that, he needs to really mix in his outside fighting, which he's really good at, mixed with his inside pressure fighting, and he's really known for his counter punches. So let's see if he can catch Adegbuyi with one of his famous counter left hooks.
His nickname is Braddock, and that nickname comes from a character that Chuck Norris played in the cult movie Missing in Action. His teammates felt he shared the same gung-ho attitude as Chuck Norris did. But come on, there can only be one Chuck Norris, Joe.
He is the winner of 4 of his last 5 and arrives in Chicago as the #1 heavyweight contender in the world, Benjamin Adegbuyi.
Mr. Gentleman, Benjamin Adegbuyi. He says his stamina's better. He's a better striker. He's a better kicker. He's got better technique. He thinks he's better in every single area of this fight.
He's been getting better, and you got to see he's only got 9 glory fights and only 2 losses, and that's to Rico Verhoeven. So not many people other than his now teammate Rico could dethrone him. But you're talking about a guy who's won 2 Glory Contenders tournaments, one at Glory 24 Denver, the other at Glory 35 Nice. So he has a lot of experience, and for a big guy, he's got high output, high pressure, and very good combinations.
Adegbuyi was born in Romania to a Romanian mother and a Nigerian father. He spent his youth in Nigeria before returning to Romania. He considers it his home, and he grew up in the Transylvania region of the country, of course, the home to Dracula. He's 32 years old, 6 feet 6 inches tall, 267 pounds.
And you can see it's that big reach of advantage for Adegbuyi that's going to give Anderson Silva a little bit of a tough time trying to use his counter left hook, because he's going to have to get hit with a lot of straight punches to get inside. But you got to see that the professional experience favors Anderson Silva. Adegbuyi is still very young in his career. He only started professional fighting when he was 25 and still constantly learning. So let's see how this heavyweight bout plays out.
And he's learning underneath the tutelage of one of the great trainers in the world, and Dennis Crowell. And here's our fight metrics. Average fight time, both these men, but close to the same. Striking accuracy also relatively close. Strikes landed per minute, though. Look at the output of Adegbuyi, almost 12 a minute.
Adegbuyi is very good at staying active with his straight punches, and he's a very efficient kickboxer in that he uses light punches to set up power punches, and that's what makes him very efficient as a kickboxer.
It's now time for our glory rules. 3 rounds, 3 minutes each. Punches, kicks, knees are legal. 3 knockdowns in a round, 4 in a fight, and it's a TKO.
Let's take a look at the scoring system. Judges will be using the 10-point must system, looking for knockdowns, damage inflicted, and an emphasis on clean scoring strikes with spectacular techniques. If there's still no advantage, judges will look at aggressiveness.
For the official ring introductions now, we go inside the ring.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your headline super fight of the evening. 3 rounds in the heavyweight division, featuring 2 of the world's top 10, with their sights firmly fixed on getting the sport's biggest prize, the Glory Championship belt. This bout sanctioned by the Illinois State Athletic Commission, and up the opening bell, your referee is Chris Wagner. For those with us live here inside Sears Center, to Glory kickboxing fans watching in over 175 countries around the world, it's time for Glory! Introducing first, fighting out of the black corner. He is a Brazilian cruiserweight champion, now ranked number 10 in the Glory World Rankings. His record stands at 40 wins, 15 losses, 1 bout scored even, 25 of those wins by knockout. At 6 feet 3 1/2 inch, 1.92 meters. He weighed in at an even 247 pounds, 112 kilos. Fighting out of Sao Paulo, Brazil, here is Anderson Braddock Silva. His opponent standing on my left and fighting out of the white corner, a 2-time Glory Contender Tournament champion and ranked as the #1 challenger in the division. His record, 27 wins with just 4 losses, 16 of those wins coming by knockout. At 6 feet 6 inches tall, 1.98 meters, he weighed in at 267 1/2 pounds, 121.3 kilos. Fighting out of Transylvania, Romania, here is Mr. Gentleman, Benjamin Adegbuyi. And your referee in charge of this bout is Chris Wagner.
Benjamin. All right, gentlemen, you got your instructions in the dressing room on a nice, clean fight. Obey my commands at all times. In case of a knockdown, go to the neutral corner I tell you to go to. Remain there till I call you out. Any questions over here? Any questions over here? Fight fair, fight hard. Touch gloves. Judge.
Well, Joe, it shouldn't be quite the wild and woolly affair we just saw between Morrisano and Mo Green. What kind of fight will it be?
This is going to be a lot more technical, and you're going to see Adegbuyi really try to establish those straight punches. And I'm very curious to see how Anderson Silva is going to react to those.
Both these fighters prefer to ease into the fight, unlike our last fight, where they just came out guns blazing. Todd Grisham, Joseph Valtellini, Whitney Miller with you here from the rocking Sears Center in Chicago. This is our main event on the Glory Superfight Series. Anderson Silva in the black gloves and Benjamin Adegbuyi wearing white.
So already you see the output of Adegbuyi slowing down. That means they respect the counter-punching of Braddock, especially in the first few rounds where Braddock's has all his energy and full power. That's why Adegbuyi's staying very tight and technical.
And Adegbuyi so big, strong, and powerful. He is a specimen, but don't expect Silva to be intimidated in the least bit. He's faced the best of the best for sure.
Yeah, and Anderson Silva is really good at attacking that liver, so you're going to really see him mixing that left hook to the body and left kicks to the liver. He had a beautiful left kick liver knockout against Gordon Help at Glory 32 Virginia. There he goes, attacking that liver with that left hook.
Adegbuyi coming off a tournament victory in Nice, France. He won twice in one night, but a nice connecting, I believe, left hand from Anderson Silva. Best punch of the round.
Yeah, Anderson Silva's doing a really good job, but it's Adegbuyi really trying to use his counter punching too, right back.
There's an uppercut as Adegbuyi opens up a little bit. I think that punch from Silva got his attention. He's woke now.
Remember, Adegbuyi's training partner is Rico Verhoeven, and Rico Verhoeven beat Anderson Silva with low kicks, so Adegbuyi might utilize the low kicks as the fight progresses.
Right hand from Adegbuyi. Adegbuyi has won the Contender Tournament. He is due a third title shot against Rico Verhoeven, but they trained together. He said, I'm not in any rush to get that title shot. I want to clean out the division first, and it starts here tonight with Anderson Silva.
I'm very curious to see what's going to happen when he has to fight Rico.
That inside low kick picks Silva's right leg up off the ground.
Both guys are very hesitant to open up because they're both doing a good job at throwing counter hooks.
It's been a close and competitive round one. Not quite what we expected. We thought Adegbuyi would be a little bit more dominant, but Silva obviously coming to fight here tonight.
Yeah, they're really respecting Silva's counter hooks, which it did do damage with that one big shot from Silva.
There's Dennis Crowell in the corner with Benjamin Adegbuyi. And here's a career overview for the Romanian, who's 27-4 overall, 7-2 in Glory.
And he's only, like I said, 2 losses only to Rico, so he has a very good Glory record, winning 2 Glory Contender tournaments, and he's still considered the #1 contender. And this is what makes that fight interesting, what happens when he has to fight Rico.
As for Silva, the #9 heavyweight contender, his last fight was for the heavyweight championship of the world against Rico Verhoeven.
And you can see, look at the opponents he's fought, and key wins over Maurice Green, Sergey Karatanov, Gordon Help. He's fought Remy Bonyaski. He's fought the best of the best. I don't think he's really had an easy fight in his career.
And he may very well have won that first round. He landed 24 strikes compared to 18 for Adegbuyi. It is not a title fight, so it's not 5 rounds, it's just 3. 6 minutes left in our main event. Benjamin Adegbuyi, the #1 contender in the world, taking on the Brazilian Anderson Silva, who's wearing the black gloves. And would your message to Adegbuyi perhaps be a little bit more busy?
I'd like Adegbuyi to really use that reach like he just did there. Use his jab. Move back a little bit, keep the space. That jab, and maybe follow some kicks off of that. Maybe a straight right, but I think Adegbuyi's most successful when he stays active. You don't want Anderson Silva close to you.
The uppercut just missed.
Good job. There it goes. Straight punch to low kick.
And an uppercut from Silva.
And Silva does a good job at after he hits that counter punch, he's moving his head because Adegbuyi has a counter hook waiting right back. Those low kicks are open for Adegbuyi, so you're going to see a lot of punch-to-kick combinations now.
And Silva walking in with his hands down. You don't see that a lot from him.
Definitely a better round for Adegbuyi. Oh,
and
that
Adegbuyi,
left high kick stunned Adegbuyi.
Adegbuyi's off balance now, trying to find his feet. Not sure if Silva's aware of it. Look at Adegbuyi, knees, legs, not quite 100%.
Broderick's got to put some pressure in.
And a high kick again from Silva. Why not?
That was the kick that hurt him, that close range left high kick. And Silva does a good job that he constantly kicks the liver with his left kick, and then he kind of switches it and cuts it down to a left high kick. But he's got to attack that left hook to the liver. He's got to be a little bit more active.
Adegbuyi by no means is dominating this fight. We mentioned Silva could have won the first round, and he might well be winning the second.
That's that left hook mixed with uppercuts, but Adegbuyi needs to stick with those low kicks. Don't get punch hungry.
There's a high kick of his own. Tried to follow up with a 1-2 and then a knee, but he goes down. It's a slip. Half minute to go here in round 2.
Adegbuyi's most successful when he uses his jab and his low kick. He shouldn't be letting Anderson get so close to him like this. He's got to establish straight punches. He's letting Anderson get on the inside and get his punches off.
Give credit to Silva's game plan. It's working quite well here. A left hand counter punch connects.
That's his famous shot, that counter left hook.
Well, Joe, we might be in the midst of a big upset here. How do you have this through 2 rounds?
Well, that first round was really close, and I'm not really sure who to give the round to, but round 2 was definitely Broderick Silva. Landing that clean high kick, especially from that close range, that's a spectacular scoring strike. There was damage, but let's take a look, and Silva also did some good damage with uppercuts on the inside. And that's when he rolled his head off and slipped over. But Adegbuyi's doing most of the damage with his low kick, but that high kick there from Silva just clipped Adegbuyi and made his legs stumble under him.
It didn't look that vicious, but the legs of Adegbuyi told the story.
Yeah, it didn't look like it even landed in that highlight, but you saw the reaction, so it must have done damage.
So certainly some urgency in the corner of Adegbuyi, our beautiful Glory girls here in Chicago at the Sears Center. The Romanian fans on their feet trying to rally Adegbuyi. 3 minutes to go. Our main event here on the Glory Superfight Series.
Let's go. Fight.
Adegbuyi coming out with some urgency. Dennis Crowell's probably telling him you got to be more active. And there it goes, low kicks. According to fight metrics, it's Anderson Silva who's more active in landing the cleaner shots.
The good and bad about Glory Kickboxing, it's only 3 rounds. There's not much time to turn things around when they're not quite going the way you planned, and things aren't going how Adegbuyi had hoped.
Adegbuyi's now attacking the back leg, the inside back leg, and that's how Rico was able to finish Anderson Silva.
And a nice knee there, sticks inside from Adegbuyi.
That's what Adegbuyi needs to do. He doesn't need to fight boxing with boxing. Beautiful crescent kick. Fakes the high kick, comes around with the outside of his left foot.
And a right hand there from Adegbuyi. Into the body. And an inside low kick.
He's definitely caught his second wind. He's doing a good job at doing damage with those punches and kicks.
And now Silva coming back and a body kick from Adegbuyi. Silva content just to counter punch right now, it seems.
Adegbuyi's definitely a well-conditioned fighter, and you saw him in his last contender win. He went 6 rounds of non-stop volume, non-stop action, so you know Adegbuyi has the conditioning.
Anderson Silva from one of the great fight towns in the world, Curitiba, Brazil. Anderson Silva, the UFC champion from that city.
This is going to be very interesting because it's going to come down to this round one. Adegbuyi's doing awesome damage, mixing up his left low kick and his right low kick.
We have not had the explosiveness from the last heavyweight fight we saw tonight. A lot of technical skill on display here. This crowd trying to spur Adegbuyi on. Oh, an inside low kick. That might be ruled a knockdown, and it is a huge moment in this fight.
Yeah, it was the ropes that held Silva, but it could have looked like that leg was cut under him. Very tough call.
A controversial decision. We'll talk about it more at length when this fight is over, but right now 30 seconds to go, and Silva now needs to get busy, but eats a body shot.
Adegbuyi's really good at those straight punches, and his conditioning is just too much for Silva.
And now you can see Adegbuyi full of confidence in life.
He's calling him on, but those punch to low kicks are hurting Silva.
Silva not throwing back, hands down by his waist. 10 seconds to go now.
There you go.
Oh, left hand stuns Adegbuyi now.
Silva's got to put the action on.
Just seconds to go. Silva completely out of gas. A great round three, and Adegbuyi needed it.
Yeah, that was the first round, like I said, was very, very close. And it was Silva who really did a good job in the second round, but round three was all Adegbuyi.
And don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, if Silva won the first 2 rounds and then lost the 3rd round, 10-8, we could go to a sudden death round. Don't go anywhere. That important decision is coming up next. March 25th at Force National, the world's best kickboxers hit Belgium for Glory Superfight Brussels. It's lightweight action as the killer kid, Sidachai, defends his belt against local boy Dylan Salvador. And Marat Grigorian looks for another highlight reel knockout against Hismi Bakiri. Plus, heavyweight muscles in Brussels as Chai Lewis Perry faces Hesti Gergis. It's Glory Superfights Brussels, Saturday, March 25th. Don't miss it. All right, Joe, it certainly was an intriguing main event. It went the distance. The first 2 rounds easily could have gone to Silva, and if that's the case, perhaps, just perhaps, we'll get an extra round. Let's find out as we go inside the ring now, and Tim Hughes.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecard. Here now are the totals. Judge Janasek scores the bout 29-27 Adegbuyi. Judge Puccio scores the bout 28-28. And Judge D'Amato scores the bout 28-28. It is a majority draw. But according to Glory rules, we go 1 more round.
Here we go, Joe. Batten down the hatches. We're going to an extra round here in our heavyweight main event. Who do you give the edge to right now?
Well, right now, Adegbuyi in that 3rd round had a 10-8 round, so he looked the fresher fighter. He looked like he was doing more damage with his combination, his low kicks. Can Anderson Silva's legs take this 4th round?
Don't forget, even though Silva was dropped in round 3, he landed a punch that wobbled Adegbuyi with about 5 seconds left. So the power is still there for Silva, but is the cardio. So some confusion in the corner right now for Anderson Silva. He perhaps thought the fight was over and wasn't going to go an extra round. So mentally, you've got to be ready and prepared to fight 3 more minutes.
Yeah, but that third round was tough to overcome. He needs to really stay focused, put his mindset back like this is a brand new fight because it's only 3 minutes left.
You got to dig deep now if you're Anderson Braddock Silva. Here we go, 3 more minutes.
Ready? Judge! 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 Let's go! Fight!
Adegbuyi wearing the white gloves, Silva in the black. Will we even go the full 3 minutes?
I don't know. It's that jab and low kick that's Adegbuyi's going to constantly throw, and that's where that efficiency comes. He's going to touch, 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 rip the low kick, or really look for those left hooks to the body. But Silva's still got that power in his punches.
He sure does, and he's backing Adegbuyi up, who lands a big uppercut, and Silva's stunned, and he takes a knee. What an uppercut from the Romanian.
Yeah, that uppercut did damage, but it was that followed left hook that finished it.
Okay, you want to go? Are you okay?
Silva's ready to go, and Benjamin Adegbuyi running right at him, starting out with a low kick, and now going upstairs.
Silva's got to stay defensive.
Our referee's looking at him close. Silva fighting back. He's not going to go down without a fight.
Silva's just going to hold this shield and see if he can rip off counter punches. That's his best option now. Sit there and try to whip off counter punches, especially while Adegbuyi kicks. That's the time Silva needs to throw his punch.
A fantastic main event. It started slow, but it's finishing fast. At this point, Silva needs a knockdown. Adegbuyi taking a big breath, and then another uppercut.
Silva looked like he got frozen there for a second. I don't know how much he has left.
He just missed that right hand. Silva's hands are down. He was doing better when he was against the ropes, Joe.
Yeah, he needs to stay against the ropes. I think that's his best option, because this way Adegbuyi just keeps creating space and using his low kicks.
A lot of heart being shown by the Brazilian here in our main event. He's still landing his own punches.
He slipped in a few uppercuts. But Adegbuyi's going for the KO shot.
And a right hand from Silva grazes the temple. The crowd chanting, Benny, Benny. And now look at Silva still coming forward though, Joe.
Yeah, that just shows the heart and the experience of Silva. He's been at taking shots from some of the best, and you gotta think he's even fought Daniel Guida, one of the best low kickers in kickboxing.
So 30 seconds for Silva to come up with something magical here.
He's anticipating those low kicks. Silva's really relying on his uppercuts on the inside.
Adegbuyi told us how fit he was, how great of a condition he was in, and he's proven it. Still throwing some very strong power punches here in an extra round. 10 seconds to go. Body kick from Adegbuyi. Another one.
Anderson Silva can counter back.
Great fight in our main event. This crowd roaring their approval as Benjamin Adegbuyi gets a knockdown and a win here in our main event.
Taking a look at these highlights, this is the big damage. It was attacking that back leg. Anderson Silva held up by the rope, so referee Chris Wagner called it a knockdown. But good job at Adegbuyi constantly putting pressure on Silva. Silva having to take a knee, which that was the end of the fight there, where Adegbuyi was able to remain the #1 contender in the heavyweight division.
Benjamin Adegbuyi. It took him a while to get going, Joe, but once he got going, there was no stopping him. Mr. Gentleman. in his 10th fight in Glory, will almost certainly get his 8th win.
And you got to see, we saw a lot of similarities in Rico there. The way he was using his low kicks, the way he was skipping off using that back leg, and we saw a lot of Rico in him. So you can see Coach Dennis Crowell really improving the game and the efficiency of Adegbuyi striking. So good job. I'm still excited to see fight 3 between Rico and Adegbuyi. Hopefully that friendship doesn't ruin that fight.
But a great performance from Anderson Silva. But in the end, it just wasn't quite good enough to match Benjamin Adegbuyi. Here's Tim Hughes.
Ladies and gentlemen, after an extra round, we go to the judges' scorecard. All 3 judges scored the bout, and that round the same. 10-8 for your winner, Benjamin Adegbuyi.
Congratulations, Benjamin Adegbuyi. How does it feel to have the Romanian culture supporting you here in Chicago?
I'm just speaking Romanian. Hai România! Mulțumesc că ați venit să ne susțineți pe mine și pe Cătălin. E o mândrie să vă avem aici lângă voi și ne bucurăm de fiecare dată când sunteți alături de noi. Hai România!
Congratulations one more time for your winner.
Well, if you spoke Romanian, I'm sure you enjoyed that post-fight interview. But, Joe, it's onward and upward for Benjamin Adegbuyi.
Benjamin Adegbuyi just keeps showing his evolution as a kickboxer, and he's maintaining that #1 contendership. So let's see what happens next with Adegbuyi.
What a card you got to witness here tonight on UFC Fight Pass. I know you enjoyed it. Glory Superfight Series. A couple of fantastic heavyweight bouts to cap off the night, as Benjamin Adegbuyi soaking in the adulation of this very pro Romanian crowd. For Whitney Miller,